When you read the main Malazan books, you encounter different people using the Warren of Shadow, especially the claws. We also encounter temples dedicated to the worship of Shadow and its rulers, who are Amanas, the Lord of Shadow, and Cotillion, the patron god of assassins. This state of the world was not always the case, and was virtually non-existent before Kelavin and Dansa's ascension to godhood. What you need to understand is that before Kelavin reawakened Shadow, it was a shattered realm. Elder Shadow, or Corald Emulan, was a broken world shattered in the ancient terrible war of the Tiste races. This war started when the Tiste Edur betrayed the Tiste Andi after a certain ceremony and massacred many of their people. This event exponentially became worse over time as many powerful races and ascendants joined the war, and it eventually led to the breaking of that realm. After its breaking, it was sealed off, and all manner of demons, beasts, and other horrors used in that ancient war were exiled there, and a champion who could not be defeated was placed at its borders, and ever since, the realm has been inaccessible to everyone. This champion was named Edgewalker, and he was not the only protector of Shadow. The other impediments to its success were the Hounds of Shadow, terrifying beasts that hunted anyone that trespassed in that realm. Why was Kelavin special? Why was he the only person to successfully access Kural de Milan, despite the fact that it was sealed off? The reason is very simple. Kelavin reveals to Dancer that the reason he is able to access Shadow so easily is because it's natural to him. He says that he was born in Shadow. When a shard of Kural de Milan passed over his village during his birth, so in essence, he was born in Shadow. It's his natural home. When Kelavin was young, he trained under a harsh Dalhonese shaman that he described as very mean. He escaped her tutelage and decided to investigate the mysteries of Shadow on his own. The sister of Colnice, or Sister Night, an ancient ascendant who was interested in observing Kelavin, notices that Kelavin accessed Elder Shadow through a bridge formed from the Warren of Minas. So how did Shadow look like? It is described to us through the travels made by Dancer and Kelavin that there are many shattered remains of various structures strewn about the realm. We even see a broken sky fortress, which means that in the ancient war, the Kitchen Chemale race was somehow involved in some capacity. We are also told that Elder Shadow touches upon many warrens in its edges, and we are able to see many structures from the past, the future, and the present, all existing within the same time and space. I don't know how many of you have played Dark Souls, because the world depicted in the game is effectively a shattered world where time is mixed up and it's all over the place. Think of Elder Shadow as being somewhat similar to the Dark Souls world in that aspect. The realm of Elder Shadow at various points in its edges is being eroded by chaos. This state of erosion is accelerated in the main Malazan books when the crippled god was very active. In this time, when the realm had not awakened, the erosion was slow and occurred at very few points. The full awakening of Shadow occurs when Kelavin subdues the Hounds of Shadow under the watchful eye of Edgewalker, the one that guards the borders. It is noted by Sister Night that this awakening was expected. If Kelavin did not satisfy the conditions that marked him as the future ruler of Shadow, he would have died that day, either by being torn apart by the Hounds or cleaved in half by Edgewalker. Based on the actions of these guardians of Shadow, it seems Kelavin was destined to reawaken Shadow. This is further reinforced when Kelavin and Dancer meet the local inhabitant of the Shattered Warren, who is named Zethel. Zethel gives them new names. Kelavin is named Aman An-Adh, which means the one who will know everything. Dancer is named called Tel Ish-Adh, which means the one who watches and judges. These are the future names that they take up after the ascension to godhood. Kelavin names himself Amanas, and Dancer takes up the name Cotillion. The Elder Warren of Shadow remains one of the most fascinating topics in Malazan lore. I plan to delve deep into its origins when I cover the events of the Kakanas trilogy. Thank you for watching, and may Cotillion sweep away your enemies for all time.